Alcohol and sex, they go together like oil and water. Bet you didn't think I was going to say that. Hi guys, welcome to the video. My name is Alex. I am a sex coach, and today I'm talking about alcohol and sex. Because alcohol is often a big part of sex, and a lot of times people are having sex under the influence of alcohol. It's so ingrained in our culture to have a drink, loosen up, and then go out and meet someone and have sex with them. And there are a lot of issues with drinking alcohol and having sex, from performance issues to consent issues and other problematic things like that. So let's talk about it and see what we can learn about this combination, alcohol and sex. So alcohol is not really good for anything except for alleviating social anxiety or other anxieties, and we use alcohol as a self-medication type thing to loosen up, to feel more comfortable around people in social settings. It is no coincidence that bars serve alcohol. If you think about bars, the function of bars is not to serve alcohol. It is a place to meet people, but they just happen to sell alcohol there. And why do they do that? Because alcohol loosens you up. It removes inhibitions, and it allows you to be in a social environment without the normal anxieties that come along with it. And since your inhibitions are lowered after you drink alcohol, you are more likely to have sex with someone. And another drunk person or another tipsy person, another person that has drank, is also more likely to have sex with you. It's all about the beer goggles, right? It's those sixes when you enter the bar are now tens, because your inhibitions are lowered and your judgment is lowered, and you're going to go have sex. So that is the first issue with alcohol and sex, is that your standards are going to be lower and your inhibitions are going to be lower. And it also means that you could have sexual encounters with people that you normally wouldn't under sober circumstances, which is not a good thing. It's not a good thing mentally. You shouldn't be throwing around your sexuality willy-nilly because your inhibitions are lowered because you're drinking, when you wouldn't necessarily do these things if you were sober. What this does is it creates a cognitive dissonance between what your intentions are, your true behaviors, your true feelings about something, and then what you're actually doing. And if there are these discrepancies and your integrity is off because you're kind of acting against your character and your beliefs, it will weigh on you mentally, and it will attach a shame and a negativity to sex or whatever else you're doing that you don't want to do while you're drunk. So that is one of the bad things that it can do. Another thing that it can do is that since it lowers your inhibitions, you're going to be sleeping with someone that you might not necessarily want to have slept with. And this happens so many times on college campuses and in bars with young people. They have sex and then they regret it, or they were so drunk that they were raped and they don't even remember giving consent, if they even did give consent. And it puts you in these vulnerable positions, these helpless positions almost, and sometimes you don't even remember making these decisions. And sex is such a consequential thing in your life. It has so much impact emotionally and just in your life. It has so many consequences that could come from it that you shouldn't be doing something that is going to lower your inhibitions enough and distort your decision making enough to potentially ruin your life or alter your life in a way that you didn't necessarily want to had you been sober, had you been clear of mind and able to rationalize these decisions you are making while you are drunk and clearly not rationalizing them, right? So another big thing that alcohol does is it reduces your performance. Sometimes you are not going to be able to get hard during sex, or you are going to lose an erection, or the quality of your sex isn't going to be good. Alcohol is a depressant, which means that it will subdue your blood pressure. If you're subduing your blood pressure, guess what? Your penis blood pressure is going to get subdued and depressed, and so you're not going to be able to last as long. It also dulls motor sensations and neural sensations, so the actual physical stimulation part is not going to feel as good as it would had you been sober during that experience. So it can cause all sorts of performance issues. If you ever drank and had sex, then you probably know what I'm talking about. If, however, you have a drink and it loosens you up enough that you can actually enjoy the sex more, because as a sober person you are just so in your head and so anxious, then that would be that would be the one benefit I think that you could find in drinking, but of course that is going to be individually dependent and contextually dependent upon whatever type of person you are. And if you're anxious about sex, there is something more going on, and you shouldn't really be self-medicating with alcohol anyway. But I know I'm going to get some people out there that are thinking, I have better sex when I'm drunk because, yeah, then I am not worried about my performance. And so I thought I had to address it. You really shouldn't be self-medicating. If you are anxious before you have sex, then you should figure that out. Maybe talk to your partner and communicate more with them so that you feel more comfortable having sex with them. Like I said, alcohol is often used as a medicine for social anxiety, for other anxieties. So if you find that you are using it as a crutch to be better at certain things, then I would say it's probably a smarter thing to get rid of the alcohol and figure out how you can improve these circumstances without it, because then you're not bound by it and you're not dependent upon alcohol in order to function normally. So finally, alcohol is just not good for you. It is a poison and your body treats it like a poison. The reason drinking is so socially acceptable and so kind of pushed in our society is simply because it has just existed in our society for so long. It's so culturally accepted. It is one of the worst drugs that you can do. It's, in my opinion, far worse than a lot of other drugs. I guess I won't name them because YouTube's gonna, take this video down and ban me. Anyway, you do not have to drink. You do not need to feel pressured to drink. You shouldn't really pair alcohol with sex because it is potentially going to alter your life forever, make you do bad things that you wouldn't normally do under rational thought. So don't risk that. Don't risk anything sexually. Sex has a lot of consequences. You should have sex with people that you know and trust and care about. And alcohol is definitely not going to lead you in that direction. So anyway, hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me a like. If you are new, please consider subscribing and coming back for daily videos. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.